for media or station advertisers.
Good. Welcome back in the locker room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and producer Nick Earnshaw is in the house. Good morning, Dave Klemic.
Good morning. I think this is going to be a great one because people get together outside of the radio show or anything, they tend to have better chemistry, right?
Yeah, that's right. We work on team chemistry. We'll get into Good morning, Nick Earnshaw.
Good morning. How are you guys
All
doing?
right. So
Fired up.
Yeah, Dave. So we on Thursday night we were invited to the Jersey Man Magazine Christmas party over at the Live Casino, and Nick Earnshaw, Dave Klemic, and I all attended. We had a great time. A lot of beautiful people were there, and it was great seeing you.
I told my wife that it was all ugly old people. I did invite her to go, and she just
Right.
Wow.
She didn't want
I took her
to
spot.
Well, that's because we were bonding as a unit.
Did I take her spot? Is that what happened? I took her spot?
Yeah, Nick was.
I ordered Dave a drink.
Hey, we're a cohesive unit. we were working on chemistry. Team
Great.
chemistry.
So many people know that I don't drink and never have a drink. So I don't know how to order drinks from a bar. So I have Nick, who just got his license. No, he's 25 years old.
Well, I thought he was
I made
21. I said, while we're sitting, I said, by the way, Nick,
I know.
are you 21?
I know. I was the young one in the crowd there. It was, but hey, it was a great time. It was great meeting everybody. I had a blast, and I had a blast ordering Dave's drink.
So you ordered your Sprite?
Yes. I ordered Dave's Sprite.
Nick goes, Billy, you're fired up. I said, yeah, I had a shot and a beer before I even got here because I got there early, so I just went over to Chickies and Pete's and I had a shot and a beer, and then you text me and they said you're here, so I said, all right, well, I'll hightail it over there. But I only had 3 drinks.
Yeah, you were good.
Yeah, but I was feeling it.
Always a great event, and I get called out. I get called out as a former
Ken.
Ken Dunning dissed me.
Joe Conklin so mad they didn't call him out. First of all, I didn't even hear him say my name, so they might have said your name, you just didn't hear it.
No, I heard you loud and clear.
You're the best.
We got former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic in here, and I'm sitting there waiting for me to get called next. Nothing. Crickets.
He almost left.
Joe Conklin, right? He gets called.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
I didn't hear it myself either. So.
But so wait to hear this, guy. So Mariah Carey's concert was Mariah Carey,
yeah.
Her concert was the other night, right?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
And my ex-wife Tony, my stepdaughter Tony and another friend, they all went over to the Wells Fargo on a Wednesday. It was Wednesday night, and my ex-wife, she's afraid of heights. And so, up there, they were up in the nosebleeds in a Wells Fargo, but she was like freaking out, crying. She called me like, what do you want me to do? So I said, well, just go down there and tell them you're afraid of heights. You didn't realize how high it would be, and maybe they can accommodate you. You're not looking for a front row seat, just maybe something in the first level, sit in the like where the wheelchairs are, so just out of the way or something. They wouldn't accommodate. They made her leave. So she called me back crying her eyes out. We had to go pick her up at the Wells Fargo. They wouldn't accommodate her. She was legitimately, she's afraid of heights.
Wow.
And that's something?
It is high up
and it's
there.
Like Christmas time is like the giving and you know what I mean? It's everybody the holiday.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've gone to concerts at the Wells Fargo Center and sat up top, and it's kind of on a steep incline up there. So I totally get it. I
said, well, why did you take the ticket? She goes, well, I didn't think, it's inside. I didn't think it would be, but it's, it's straight up and down. So I said, well, just go over to the guest services and just tell them what your problem is.
One time I got upgraded. I had nosebleeds, and then I went down. They were giving away free upgraded seats. I got right next to the seat.
Well,
I guess that's a slippery slope because you could just go, I'm afraid of heights.
Well, yeah, but if you can see that the girl's crying and she's like, she's all disheveled, she's shaking and everything. Plus, she'd rather sit with her daughter and her friend, but she'd be by herself. That's not fun, right? When you're at a concert all by yourself. You ever go to a concert by yourself? Not knowing anybody?
No. I used to go with a group.
But she didn't want to waste
Only
the ticket.
Serial killers go to concerts by themselves.
Also, my daughter does this Elf on the Shelf. She named her Elf Jingles, and the Elf shows up every night from Thanksgiving on to Christmas Eve, and then the Elf goes away for the rest of the winter.
Wink.
And yeah, and it's a really good tool to use to keep them in line.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I have to really worry about her, but Jingles is watching. She's really into it.
That's great.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know if your daughter's
No, I did not participate in that this year, although she would understand.
Yeah.
She would get it. But we had last night in Egg Harbor Township, where we live in Ballinger Woods, they have the train. The fire truck comes through with the Santa.
Oh, they do that already. Yeah, they do that in Collingswood too.
And Erica's like, my wife is so like, why? How does everyone know who you are, right? And like the Santa comes by, right on the truck.
He called him out too.
And I go, and I'm sitting there with Callie on my hands, and the
Dave Klemic's house.
Santa goes, were you good this year, Dave? And I go, he's got the beer. I don't know who it is. And Erica's like, I'm like, how am I supposed to know who that is? So funny.
It's a magical time of year. The kiddies, man, it's all for the kids. Just the belief and all that good stuff. It's just magical. Now, we stream live here on my YouTube channel, right?
We do.
And so if you want to watch this, you can go to the lockerroombillyschweim.com, scroll down to where we're streaming on my StreamYard, the YouTube channel. And lo and behold, you sent us something the other day. You were dancing in a
Oh, he didn't send it. We took it.
Oh, we took it?
We took it.
All right. So whatever you were, people tune in. You're going to see Dave Klemic do his rendition of what were you doing, Dave?
It's the slide.
So no audio.
No audio.
We'll play Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole. Like, keep it low in the background. But
right.
Dave, can you walk us?
You've seen people doing this now. It's like the latest phenomenon where people are running, they're walking, but they're in like a circle.
So where were you? Look like you were in a Lowe's or something.
I'm in Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Yes. Challenged by another young man who was in there saying I couldn't do it.
Clement M is back at it again.
M.
So I did it.
Doing dance offs now. What
Man,
is going on?
When I was a kid, it was a cool thing to go to dance. If anybody knows, me, remember that I could dance pretty decent when I was a kid. I wasn't the best, but I was good at it. I could do them all. I could do all the dance.
I don't know. I think you should stick to running.
Yeah, well, that kind of looks like a run. But anyway, that thing, people are doing that everywhere now. It's like the latest challenge. So.
What is it? What was the bucket challenge where you dumped a bucket of water on your head? I did that one. Yeah, I did that one.
Do you remember from Monsters Inc? Remember Roz? Remember? We're always watching, Clement. We're always watching.
From now on out, let's just call him Clement M.
Clement M.
Clement M. Who anointed you that?
Jason Dunn.
Jason Dunn. Clement M.
Actually, it was a kid. It was Darnell Alford, actually, from Boston College. But it was in his car that we would go down there and freestyle the whole way.
Clement M.
I'm telling you, it's the funniest thing
Clement
ever.
M. Rapping, he's dancing. He's got all these skills. So we didn't know about.
We're going to talk football with Clement M today because we got a lot to talk about, man. The Eagles dropped 2 in a row. Now, listen, you guys, we were talking about me being pessimistic over the last couple of weeks because I've seen this, like, everybody was believing, this team is winning and they're winning ugly, but they're winning everything. But that gave me cause to think, look deeper into what I saw. But now, when you start to lose, Dave, you've been in an NFL locker room, if you start to lose, you'll start to see the character of the team, right?
Yeah, I think what you said, like what's worse than the loss, because the losses and you're gonna win, you're gonna lose,
right,
you're gonna play well, it's what you control. We always say control your controllables, and one of the things is your mouth.
Right.
And if you run your mouth and you talk trash or whatever, and you say something about your teammates that isn't humble or
Right, but it's like me.
Yeah,
Like there's
yeah.
no I in T.
You can't do that.
There's no I in T. So when you're losing,
that's grounds for a coach to lose his mind. That's what.
But Dave, when you get blown out, like if you lost a close game and you played well, and we're talking about Darius Slay, and we're going to play it on the other side because we don't have that much time. I want to play the audio of his comments. But when you don't play well, or when you play well and your team just barely loses, and you can say, I did this, I did that. But when you get your butt kicked, embarrassed, you can't be saying, "Well, I played a good game." Nobody played a good game.
No,
your team got destroyed. You got embarrassed by your hated arch rival.
I don't know the answer to this. When you hear this quote, you tell me if what his dad would say to him. So I'm assuming that his dad wasn't around, or he didn't have a coach that acts like a father to him.
Right.
Because you don't say stuff like that if you respect your dad, because he would have whooped you in place.
Right.
No one was there to stop him from saying this. This could ruin the chemistry of the entire team for what he's saying right there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you got to win as a team and you lose as a team. You got to wear it together. And his comments, I mean, they were selfish. I mean, they were a little bit selfish if you listen to him, but we'll play him on the other side.
All right, we got a great show lined up. Now, the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan, is under the weather, so we don't know. He's going to be a game-time decision.
Decision.
Because remember, he's 3 hours behind us on the West Coast. And then at the bottom of the second hour, a Flyer Hall of Famer, Brian Propp, and his lovely wife, Eileen, will be in here to talk about what they're into, their new adventure. Both Brian, because he's with the Philly Tours, he's going to be taking a busload of people up to the outdoor classic up there in Newark, right? Where do the what's it? MetLife Stadium.
MetLife Stadium, yeah. Up in New Jersey. It's still New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yep, in the Meadowlands.
Yeah, so we got Eagles, Flyers, Sixers. We got it all today, and we'll get it going right now. The first hour of the Locker Room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shore to center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Hey, I'm here to tell you about La Scala's Beach House. You got to get down to La Scala's. La Scala's Beach House is in Brigantine and opened this summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian-American and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll enjoy their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. Hey, every Thursday night is Brigantine night. Live music from 6 to 9. One free signature pizza per table. Drink specials include $2 Miller Lite, $3 Peronis, and $4 house wines. They got a big wraparound bar. They got great big screen TVs. It's a great place to watch the game, but it's also a great place to eat. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, and Nikki Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Wake up weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on 97.3 ESPN with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Super Bowl champion Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
If there's multiple urinals, do not go next to me.
Yeah,
if there's 5 urinals, 1, 3, and 5. Then you fill in 2 and 4. Where do you go if you're the first one in? I go to 5.
All the way at the end.
The 5.
All the way to the end.
Then the next person has to go to 1. The next person 3.
Brought to you by the Gallery Bar Book and Games at Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia Star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Your Palace awaits. Caesars Palace Online Casino is now live. Download today and register using code RADIOLAUNCH. New users get a $10 sign-up bonus, a 100% deposit match up to $1,000, and 2,500 reward credits after wagering $25. Must be 21 and physically present in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, or West Virginia. Minimum wagering within 7 days required to unlock bonuses. Full terms and wagering requirements at CaesarsPalaceOnline.com/promos. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In West Virginia, all games regulated by the West Virginia Lottery. Please play responsibly.
You're listening to The Locker Room, live on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chief, wide receiver Dave Klemic, producer Nicky Earnshaw. This is one of my favorite Christmas songs. David Bowie. I saw it tonight when he was on Bing Crosby's Christmas. I'll never forget as a little kid. And I saw this live. Great, man. Like the old guard was passing the torch to the new generation of rock and rollers.
This is a great one. This is a classic.
Yeah.
Total classic.
I want to go ahead and Nicky and play. Like, there are people that put trash cans out in front of the
Yeah. So some goober went in front of the NovaCare complex with trash cans, a sign to run the ball.
What if it was the same guy that put run the ball?
Yeah, the same. So the two trash cans had Slay's name on it and Bradbury's name on it, saying they were trash, essentially.
Right.
And what Slay did is he kind of was trolling them and made that his profile picture, and then he addressed it.
All right.
Let me address this. I saw a photo on the internet with a trash can with me and my boy James Bradbury on there. And y'all know, I'm a big time troller. I like to have fun. I ain't taking it personal at all. So you see that as my profile pic. I think it's a nice pic, man. So come on now. You know, I'm a troller and I like to have fun, man. I think it was a good joke, man, good funny, but I think I played pretty good. I think I done had a very, very solid game, man. I think I had like 2 or 3 PBUs, making plays, no catches, no nothing. Come on now. Out of all days, you want to put the trash can out there when I had a perfect game. So I could have did a lot of stuff better, but maybe could have picked the ball, could have made some other plays. But overall, the game was great by me. You know what I'm saying? But as a team, we played worth the
Dave, can you believe that? Oh, it was great by me. I mean, there's no I in team. What is that?
Was fine all the way up till he's mentioned the team. Now, the part that the part of that bothers me the most is what bothers everybody. It's so obvious. I don't know how it doesn't bother him. How does it?
Does he not know that he's that's just not a good look?
I don't know if he's trying to be funny or not. Is there more context to that? Because I feel like that's so
no,
obviously stupid.
And he put his own background noise.
This was on Slay's podcast.
Right.
It was on his podcast, his own podcast.
I love Slay too. I just think that
he's a charismatic guy, but let's put your money where your mouth is, man. I mean, your team got waxed. It wasn't like they lost, by 2 points and he had a good game. But you don't even say that anyway.
No,
and I don't want to harp on the bad things, Dave. They're in a 2-game losing streak. It's the way they've lost. And you'll see when they said, "Oh, we have to overcome adversity," and it is true. like when you lose and then you overcome that and it makes you closer, right?
Yeah.
Not when people say this stuff, though.
No, that's terrible.
And the league's coming out saying that they're too predictable on offense.
Yeah.
Everything's starting to fall apart. This is not how they were last year. They were a cohesive unit last year, sticking together through the thick and thin. And then this year, it's been a little bit of a different story. And you're hearing all these negative things come out. The team's 10-3, and they're acting like they're 3-10.
All right, so I saw a stat. The Eagles are 30-6 when they run the ball 23 times or more. They are 3-8 when they don't. And I thought Seth Joyner was pretty animated about his comments. He tells it like it is. Like this team, we all said, "Oh, they're winning. You know, a win's a win in the NFL," and it is. It's hard to win in the NFL, right, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, but they were just getting by the skin of their teeth. Like you said, they had 9 lives. You kept referring to this, right? They have 9 lives. They're losing. They've used all up their 9 lives. And now against the 49ers and the Cowboys, they've been exposed. Now, I don't know if and I'm not making excuses for them, Dave, but their schedule's been pretty rough. I mean, if you look over the Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, Cowboys, and Seahawks, but it's the time schedules and going out to the West Coast, coming back. They had travel involved, different times. Like you players are creatures of habit. No. Right, you want to play at 1 o'clock every Sunday.
So at home, when you travel, there's a travel day. That travel day, you don't do any practice or any meetings, nothing. It is completely. So that takes away, if you're going all the way to West Coast, that takes away a day of practice that they get to prepare for an extra day. Right. So that's already an advantage when you're trying to physically or mentally prepare for another team. Then you're going into their environment where the cheers come in when they do well, and you don't have the momentum or the.
And then you make a mistake, and then the crowd gets on you. And
so what you're saying is completely true.
So all right, so I'm not making excuses for it, but the way they've lost, this team, and I've been pessimistic, but I think I've been pretty accurate about the performance of our superstars. And I don't know which one of you. I don't know if it was you, Nick, or Dave that said it a couple of weeks ago that. Remember when AJ Brown was complaining about not getting the ball, right. They had to accommodate him, and it was like the next 5 games, 6 games in a row over 100 yards. Do you think maybe because of that attitude that when they lost now that's magnified? Like, it seems like there's dissension.
There's these little selfish things that are happening. People seem to get their way because of it. So AJ Brown makes a complaint, right? They start feeding him the ball. Darius Slay, he's now talking about, himself a little bit now. Who knows? But and then even, their coaches are up there screaming in the crowd and getting in trouble.
Right.
Like, it seems a little bit of like immaturity. I think that, with the leadership on the team, with the 2 of the oldest players to ever be Eagles, are
Brandon Graham and JC Kelsey.
Right. People in check here. I'll bet you Graham goes nuts on Slay. I'll bet you that.
I don't think he does. Do you think he does?
I think he would.
But you can't be on social media either and be airing your dirty laundry. No. I mean, I played great.
The leagues too, like saying how they're becoming predictable. Like, is that part of the AJ Brown thing? Like, who was the person that leaked that story out saying, "Yeah, we think we're becoming too predictable"? You know what I mean?
Well, that's another thing. So somebody gave Derek Gunn a quote.
Yeah,
and he said that they're too predictable.
Yes.
Do you think that is? So somebody goes outside the locker room, the sanctity of the locker room, and talks to Derek Gunn. I think what Darius Slay did is worse than what that person did.
I see. At least Darius Slay put his name to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, instead of they kind of sneaking away, giving it to the media, sliding a little comment, a little jab in there. I don't know.
Yeah, but he put his name to it because he's saying that he did it.
Yeah, but I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that than someone kind of sneak something to the media and say, yeah, we're not confident right now in our offense. And and say we're so predictable. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's kind of sleazy a little bit.
So let's get to Jalen Hurts now. 2 weeks ago, when I told you this, gentleman on the Twitter was giving me a hard time because I was questioning his belief that Jalen Hurts was an MVP Jalen Hurts was an MVP candidate. I didn't see it. Obviously he's not been playing well. 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. But I write an article every Friday on 97.3 ESPN.com. And one of the telling signs that I wrote about was the point differential. Like the Cowboys, I think, or the 49ers, I think, are plus 188. That means they've outscored their opponents by 188 points. The Cowboys, I think, were 177, and Dallas, and then the Ravens, I think, were 143. You know what the Eagles are? Plus 21.
Wow.
Plus 20. They've given up 75 points in the last 2 games. I mean, they haven't been able to stop it. They haven't been able to get off on the worst team on third down. They can't get off on third down. You got to be able to make stops.
I think we have this, I think what you're saying is pretty cool. I didn't even know that. But if you're saying you're predictable, right?
Right.
When you don't dictate to the team, like let's say you're out there and people don't know this either. This is why you have me on, Billy. For this exact reason. Your first pretty much quarter of the game is scripted, right? So you're going, what do the team usually come out? What coverage do they come out if we come in here?
Right.
This situation. And it's like these algorithms. They go, run this play based off of here, or they script the first 15 and they go, they're saying if they come out in this, they're going to script it over here.
Right.
And then the score has an effect on what plays you're running and this and that. So you kind of have to go in the second half, make all your adjustments. So the first quarter or so should be completely scripted on both sides.
Right. And then you can see how the defense is playing you, and then you make your adjustments.
Right. And in the second half, we are not making these great adjustments. Like we're recently, or before, when we were catching up in the second half, we were doing that.
Right.
And now people are bracketing what we do. Like, so if you come out in no huddle offense,
right,
that keeps the defense right where you want them. It keeps them in the same coverage. So you say they came out in cover 4, keep their personnel the same. We're going to beat something that they're running that coverage on. All right, run that. But if you keep going to the huddle and you're not being creative, they bracket you. They can show you, and you run that RPO all the time. Then they show a pass defense, and they play the run.
Right.
So they can make you do what you want them to. What like as a defense, you can make the offense do what you want. If they run the RPO, you come out and show one thing, do another. So they become predictable because other teams figure out the RPO.
Well, and you also, when your quarterback is not hitting, like there's been people that have suggested that he has people open, he's just not pulling the trigger. Instead of looking downfield, his eyes aren't down the field.
Well, also, I'd add, are the routes being too? They're
going for the home run.
Long. They're taking too long to develop.
Right,
Have you noticed that,
Dave?
That the routes that these wide receivers are running are taking a little bit longer to develop, and that's why Jalen's kind of holding on to the ball. I think that plays a factor into it.
Yeah, and if you're playing shallower defenses,
right,
what you should do is leave these guys out on just go routes. They're called 9 routes. The number 9 is a go.
Right.
And then let your tight ends do your choice routes inside. Hit them, and let the safety start to creep down. And then you go over the top. This is like a boring part of what I know. It's so annoying.
But guess what? It's valuable for people to understand. Yeah. Like it is. This is a whole. I think this is a whole team meltdown from the coaching staff. They're not obviously communicating their message or getting their point across to the players. Jalen Hurts, offensive line, whatever it is. There's some lack of communication. Something's not firing. They're not firing on all cylinders.
Right.
And that starts with the offensive coordinator, and the next person in line would be the starting quarterback. Because whether you like it or not, when you win, the starting quarterback gets all the accolades. When they lose, you get all the blame.
Right.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
And he's not playing like an MVP this year, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it because, he has the ability. We've seen him last year play at such a level that he should have won the MVP, just not this year.
Nick, what was our record last year?
14-3.
Yeah.
So I think we could win out.
Well, listen, so
we could win out, and we're the same.
All right, but
does it feel the same? Does it feel the same though?
Well, the thing with that, we
also
lost to 2 good teams now.
Right.
And also,
that's right.
The Eagles,
that's right.
The Eagles have had the hardest schedule in football.
Exactly.
So
keep that in mind.
Give them.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand why everything's just falling apart. They've gone through a gauntlet.
Because, like Dave just said, they just played the 2 best teams in the NFC,
and they beat the Cowboys already.
Yes. But at home by the skin of their teeth.
Right. So the other part of that is we're not far behind, but you lose to those 2 teams pretty good. You took it on the chin, both of them, but you still only have 3 losses, tied for the best record in the NFL. I mean, we're probably more worried about it than they are. You know.
Well,
what I mean?
and I got to say, watch Baldy's breakdowns on Twitter, which I love. I love Baldy's breakdowns. You see, Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat, they've been like collapsing in. They don't stay at home, and they allow people. They don't stay and contain. They allow people to get outside them, and they're over pursuing basically.
Yeah, well, it's been noticeable because they're not getting to the quarterback at
No.
all. It's not the same as last year where they were able to generate pressure on the quarterback and make that quarterback make mistakes. So, and that has been the same.
All right, the first hour of the Locker Room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. I'm here to tell you about the Stand Insurance Group. SIG Protection. Are the what-ifs keeping you up at night? Life is full of surprises, but with the Stand Insurance Group, you'll never be caught off guard. Whether it's protecting your home, your automobile, business, Stan will help you select the right insurance coverage at the right price to give you and your family peace of mind when you need it the most. Visit sigprotection.com for a free quote today. That's SIG protection.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the Locker Room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, and producer Nikki Earnshaw right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tomorrow on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL. It's a crucial cross-conference showdown in Buffalo as the Dallas Cowboys visit the Bills. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Danny White, myself for all the action as Dak Prescott and the NFC East leading Cowboys look for a 6th straight win. But Josh Allen and the Bills are looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Game 1 of our triple header.
Hi, this is Brian Propp, Flyer Hall of Famer. My wife, Eileen, and I opened a new health business in Marlton, New Jersey called Prime IV Hydration and Wellness.
Prime IV offers a range of IV hydration therapies designed to enhance your well-being, appearance, and performance. Look better, feel better, and perform better. Did you know that when you take oral vitamins, you only get 20 to 30% of the nutrients? IV therapy provides 100% absorption immediately into your bloodstream. Call us today at 856-545-1122 to get a free consult from our registered nurses. Again, 856-545-1122 to book your appointment or follow us on Facebook.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine. And I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
You're listening to the Locker Line on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Dan Klemic, producer Nikki Earnshaw. I love this song, man. I love this song. Frosty, this is
Do it.
Frosty the Snowman.
That is spot on.
That is so good.
Spot on.
If anybody
impression.
knows that song, that is perfect.
Well, so Frosty the Snowman and The Grinch Who Stole Christmas are my two favorite, and Charlie Brown. Those are my three favorite Christmas.
Left
cartoon.
Rudolph the
Yeah,
Red-Nosed
come on,
Reindeer.
No, but I didn't leave it out. I said they're my favorite. Frosty the Snowman.
How's
The
Rudolph
Grinch-
not in your favorite?
That's Rudolph, not.
Bad take, Billy.
I like
Bad
that.
take.
That's
That's a bad
fourth
take.
place.
No, I don't know. That's
No, I said
place.
my top. I'm allowed to have my top three, Nick.
Thanks.
The booze. Come on, man.
my daughter would have something to say about that. I got a video of her screaming at Rudolph the other day. We went to that thing out in Hamilton at DiDonato's. They have a nice little
My neck of the woods.
Yeah,
My
I
neck
was
of the
there last
woods.
night.
Look at that.
And they had, on one of the TVs, they had Rudolph, and she started like she saw like a.
I like Frosty the Snowman, The Grinch That Stole Christmas,
That's
and what's the other one I said?
You can't even remember that.
Well, I do.
Let's
Maybe
put
I
Rudolph in.
Yeah, throw Rudolph in.
Rudolph. No, I mean, I love this title. I love it all. I love it all.
All right, next week.
Flag it statement.
Next week, we'll be here Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring
yeah.
a little bit of a remix version of
Oh.
the "Twas the Night
Oh,
Before"
yeah, we got to
football.
have that. That was outstanding. All right. So I've been pessimistic and skeptical. I picked the 49ers to win a couple weeks ago. I picked the Cowboys, not because I want to. I didn't have any enjoyment doing it, but I'm just like, I'm not feeling good about this team. And I'm not feeling good about this team going out to Seattle. But with that being said, then I look at the stats and I see that the Seahawks are ranked 20th in the league in total offense, 28th running the ball. They're 28th against the 28th worst defense in the league. Or they're 28th, ranked 28th in the league. That's not good. 23 against the run, 25 against the pass, 27 in the league in points given up. So this could be a get right game, Dave.
Yeah. So
I mean, you're going out there against a team, and Geno Smith might not even play.
No, we just played two teams that are very hot right now, and if you ask anybody about San Francisco, they'll say that they're the greatest team of ever.
Right.
Right. But they're one injury away from being.
That's right. Just
anybody. So, yeah, this is a week we'll come back and we should definitely.
But I would like to see, especially if they don't have Geno Smith, I want to see a convincing win. Like, I don't want to see them squeak by on a turnover. Yeah. And by the way, you know what? So last year at this time, I believe that the Eagles' turnover differential was like a +8 at this point. You know what they are right now, Dave? They're a -4.
Wow.
You got to win every Sunday throughout the season when we're at the Caesar Sportsbook inside the Tropicana, and we talk to Fox 29 News sports anchor Scott Grayson. What's he say? Got to win the turnover battle. Last week, we put the ball on the carpet 3 times, Dave. They fumbled 3 times. You're not going to beat a team like the 49ers or the Cowboys if you're going to turn the ball over.
For rookie listeners, the way that you can dictate a win or a loss of any football game or their season or how they're going to go forward is based off of turnover differential.
Right.
If they don't know what that is, that is when you turn the ball over more than
you take it away. Right.
So when you're playing the beanbag game, right? Yeah, you can win, but if you have to beat the turnover ratio. So if you win 3 points to them and they get 3 on you, you're a +1.
Right.
That's just so people don't know.
But Dave, like the Seattle Seahawks, you know what their turnover differential is? +1. So they've pretty much even, right? +1. But if you play in the NFL against a team that's substandard, like what's Dick Vermeil always said, you keep bad teams, keep losing teams. But if you turn the ball, that's the great equal. If you turn the ball over, that's the great equalizer. So Seattle's a +1. We're a -4.
Yeah, that is a great equalizer. There's people say like, this is like our strength and conditioning coach even in Kansas City goes, the great equalizer, throw people in the water. Right, because you got your great on the field.
Yeah.
You take people off of their feet and you put them in the water. That's the great equalizer.
Right.
So the deeper the water you put them in, the harder it is for them to move. That's kind of what the turnover ratio is. You're putting yourself in deep water.
So when you get a great player, like you bring an A.J. Brown in last year, right? And whatever, I don't know if there was a knock on him that he wasn't, he was like a diva, prima donna, and then he wanted out, right, of Tennessee. And he comes here, you're always going to take a certain amount of risk getting a player like that because you of the downside. The upside's better because he's a talent. But the downside would be that he could be what we're seeing now. Maybe there's not cohesive. It's not kumbaya. Like they're losing and you're starting. You just got a quote from Jason Kelsey, right? What did he post?
So a friend of mine just sent me this too, and I don't know when this was, but he says, I think this is
and it has his picture associated with it and everything.
Yeah, I'll put it
Is it on Twitter?
I think weak leaders start pointing fingers when times get tough. Jason Kelsey, right? I mean, this is that it points to your leadership, right? So I think that's one of the issues right now, and I think it's even though there's these inner battles within a team that's just not a team right now. Now they know they're good,
right?
And now they're like, we're good. Let me get mine. Let me get mine.
Right.
Let me do mine. Let me do me. Let me get, and then it starts to like fall apart,
right?
So you're not winning as a family anymore. You're like, I gotta win, but I want my money too.
Is he not on the StreamYard?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Working on it. So I'm holding up right now for the people that are watching the StreamYard the bird's eye view. This is a printout that I get sent from the Eagles. It gets sent out. It's from the team, but it's all the positive stuff. Never do I ever see anything negative.
Well, they're not going to send you anything.
Well, why not? Why don't you give us both sides of the equation?
They're not going to send you anything negative.
It's all see, like when you get like these podcasts to come from the teams, like you're getting it sugar coated, right? They're not going to tell you the negative, just all the positive.
Well, it's pretty cool that we do get the bird's eye view. That will be on the media guide moving forward.
Right, that'll be on the media.
You got to pay for those media guides. We get them for free, and I get them way ahead of time, which is pretty cool.
I mean, all it is it's all positive stuff.
That's a cool perk of being on this show is that you get early, but then you don't get anything. You're right. There is no negative bird's eye view.
I mean, I guess you're not going to, but I mean, you would want to present some of the negative things just so because you know what they need to work on, right? If you keep telling somebody you're great, the person's going to believe that you're great.
I don't know. If I was promoting my business, I wouldn't go, well, it doesn't always work.
I'm saying, but no, I'm just saying like they could put some stuff in there just to.
Yeah, keep it
real. I don't know. What real. Am I wrong? Keeping it real?
You're right.
They're going to want to promote the positives of the season. They're 10-3. They're not going to put in.
Nick, I'm the biggest Eagles fan there is. I've been a season ticket holder since 1991. Like I said, I just gave them up because I can't afford it. But and plus, I'm in here on Sundays. But I love being at the game, and there's nothing better than when the Eagles score a touchdown or win a big game, and the Eagles singing the Eagles fight song with 60, 70,000 people. There's nothing like it.
No, it's fantastic.
It's unbelievable. But I got to also, I'm not feeling good about this team right now.
Well, Nick.
So, I mean, we
have three different generations based
that's right, basically.
Gap.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't feel great about it right now, but then again, you got to look at you know what? I think who just won? The Raiders just won 63 points
over the Chargers.
And then Chargers just fired their head coach,
head coach,
right?
They got rid of a lot.
And now the Raiders with one win that we could do against Seattle put up a lot of points. They have a world of confidence right now.
Right.
Look at the team. They walked off. They're all dancing and having high five. And now people are talking about them being in the playoff picture and this and that. One game, we're back.
I want to see, you know what would make me feel good? Like, I want to see the Eagles win by 2 touchdowns.
A convincing win.
Convincing win where they fire on all cylinders. The run game looks good. Like, if you give me Swift with 80 yards plus, on 15, 16 carries with a rushing touchdown. The offensive line looks like a cohesive unit. Jalen Hurts throws for 2 touchdown passes. They win 28-14 or something.
You nailed that. They haven't played one game that has been
that's what they need. That would be like medicine.
High-fiving each other, having fun.
You want a convincing win.
Yeah, you throwing some reverses in there.
Yeah.
Fun, creative things. You don't do that when you're always behind and you're worried,
right?
Even if you won.
Somebody brought that up this week in one of the press conferences with Sirianni, and like they were talking about like they don't have a lot of motion in their offense. Like there's no creativity this year. It's like it's stale.
Nick, I'm glad you brought that up because you know
stale.
what? In the back of mind, I was thinking maybe, just maybe, and Dave, you'll be able to speak to this probably more clear than I can, or at least your intuition because you've been in an NFL locker room. Do you think they kept their offensive bland and generic? They didn't want to show the 49ers and the Cowboys too much? Because they've already beaten the Cowboys once at home. As far as the 49ers go, like they didn't bring out their whole arsenal of what they can do.
But it's been stale all year, though.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there, Nick.
It's a possibility, but I don't think
because they can't be this bad.
No, I think because they have a new offensive coordinator. I think Sirianni has a lot to do with the offense this year, and you're missing a creative guy like Shane Steichen. You've seen what he's done in Indianapolis.
But they got film, Dave.
I'm just saying.
They got film. Can't they go back and say, let's do this? We did this last year. Why don't we do it again?
For a rookie offensive coordinator, right? If you throw some creative play that turns into an interception or a pick six, then you get fired. But if you stay the course and just keep doing what you're doing, you keep your job.
Like, did you notice?
Like, maybe he's not. Maybe he's afraid to throw in some of those trick plays that they.
And we know for a fact that Jalen Hurts isn't throwing the ball in the tight spots because he's gun shy a little bit. He's not seeing the ball. He's not seeing down the field, or these plays are taking too long to develop. And he's got to get out of the pocket and run for his life.
Well, that's on play design too.
All right, that's all play design too. But did you notice the other teams? It looks like they're short passing against us and letting the receivers run the ball, almost like a West Coast offense type thing, where the yak yards after catch.
Yep.
Like Deebo Samuel, he torches for 3 touchdowns. It was mostly him running.
Yeah, I mean, you see him playing more like back. The thing with Desai on the defensive side of the ball is. The difference is it felt like that the Eagles were could maybe get a stop last year with Gannon's defense at times, right? Like as much as we banged on Gannon and we weren't the biggest fans of him, the size defense just doesn't seem like they could stop anything right now especially on third down. Like at least they would occasionally get a stop on third down last year.
And you know what, too, Dave? You're not really hearing too many people blaming Howie Roseman. When the Eagles are doing really well, everybody's like, oh, he's a genius. And when the Eagles are stinking to join up, but it's only been 2 losses. I haven't really heard too much about Howie Roseman, and I can't blame him either. I don't want to blame him because I got to be honest with you. I mean, I thought this defense with the personnel that he has in there, I thought it was, with the exception of getting rid of Hendricks last year, right? Who was the linebacker that got rid of last year?
TJ Edwards. TJ Edwards,
because he's having a monster year in Chicago.
They just couldn't afford to pay him. He got a
look,
lot of money.
It's costing him.
Yeah.
So with the exception of that move, they basically got the same team back.
Well, they lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson,
and
too.
they lost,
and Slay and Bradbury also got a little bit older.
Yeah,
too,
that's true.
Paying older cornerbacks.
But I'm not like I thought this defense was like one of the best defenses in the league. We're not seeing it.
Yeah, I think what Philly has always done has been a physical team. We're known to be like a physical team. And you know what? I'll tell you what I hate. The RPO. I hate it because this is what they do. Here's what we'll do. If they're doing this, we'll do that. Instead of coming out and going, we're going to do this, let them deal with us. Right?
Well, it's like Vince Lombardi.
I see them in this defense. I'll switch over to this one. No, you can't beat the heck out of somebody like that. You got to come out, punch them in the face, and let them deal with you.
Like they know what's coming, but you got to stop us.
Yeah, do that. Not, I'm going to change whatever we do if they show us they're doing.
Which reminds me, remember the old Vince Lombardi when he's in front of the chalkboard and he's diagramming the power sweep and he goes, we're going to run up in there. We're going to run up in there. We're going to take it. We're up in there. And they're going to stop us.
Yeah.
They know it's coming. We know it's coming. You got to stop us.
When I was in college, we watched film on the other team all the time.
Yeah.
When we got to the NFL, we watched no film on the other team. We watched ourselves.
Is that right?
That's how we did it that's how the greatest show on turf came to the Chiefs.
Right.
That's what they brought that staff over. And we didn't watch the other team. They have to deal with us. That was it. Now I don't like that RPO stuff we're doing all the time.
See, we're getting heated up. On the other side, the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan, on the top of the hour. If he's not feeling well, So we're going to touch base with him to see if he's a game time decision.
We'll just do impressions of Dave.
We'll
I can do one.
I'll go get my sunglasses.
Plus, Mike Carlin was out there in Vegas.
I love
visiting
it.
sports,
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to talk to the sports book. All right. The first hour of the Locker Room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection, professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about Captain Chucky's in Seattle. They get their hours are Friday and Saturday. Make sure you get down there for your holiday. You want to get your holiday food, seafood at Captain Chucky's. You want to try their famous crab cakes, steamed shrimp, selection of soups and appetizers, Marciano stuffed breads, pierogies from the pierogi kitchen, stocks, pound cake, and more. Just take bacon, enjoy. Call 609-905-CRAB. That's 609-905-CRAB or visit CaptainChucky'sInSeattle.com. Go down there and say hello to owners John and Kathy McCann at 4111 Landis Avenue in Seattle to see what they have to offer. Online ordering and local delivery are available. That's Captain Chucky's in Seattle. It's crab with an attitude. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Football Sunday on ESPN Radio. After a shocking Monday night loss, the Miami Dolphins look to bounce back against their AFC East rival, the New York Jets.
I thought Zach probably played the best game of his career, getting the ball out to where it needed to get to, being aggressive but smart at the same time. He's out there having a good time.
The Jets at the Dolphins. Coverage begins at noon Eastern with kickoff at 1 Eastern. It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at noon.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Go to get your game on at the Gallery Bar Booking Games in Ocean Casino Resort this football season. Cheers your favorite drinks while cheering on your favorite team. Get in on the parlay while in the middle of a party. Go for the sports scene and go for the endless screen. A win. For more information, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live right here at the Toms River Auto Group studio, right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, producer Nicky Earnshaw. Remind people about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 25 business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and seeing your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007. All right, hour one is in the book. Hour two ahead of us. If we get the sports book area, we'll be honored. If not, one is at the bottom of the hour. Special guest Brian Propp, Flyer Hall of Famer Brian Propp, and his wife Eileen Propp will be in here to talk about their picture. Ahead of us here on 97 ESPN at the lap.
Wendy's Peppermint Frosty and Frosty Cream Cold Brew make the perfect gift for anyone in your life, especially for you. Yeah, this year you're sitting on your own lap and getting yourself what you want. Finally. And if you need a little more pep in your step, get yourself a refreshing Peppermint Frosty Cream Cold Brew. Or you can give it to your mom. Whatever.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
This is the lunch rush at your local deli. Orders are flying in. Online, on the phone, and in person.
Order for Nick.
So is it possible that fast internet could help your business outrun the rush? It is with Comcast Business. Up-leveling your speed with gig speed Wi-Fi, powering all your devices, and fast downloads and uploads, powered by the next generation 10G network. With Comcast Business, next level speed isn't just possible, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $49 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online to learn more. Ends 12/20/2023. Restrictions apply. Eco-bill and autopay required. New 50 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and compatible router.
When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the energy of being all in, the passion of a perfect parlay, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's another opportunity to win big every day of the week. Sign up for Bet Parks and get a welcome offer today. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
Must be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio, or Maryland. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
Joe Conklin here, and I'm excited to cheer on the Philadelphia 76ers this season with Parks Casino. Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania, is the official local casino partner of the 76ers. That's right, 2 of the best brands in the Philadelphia area are joined together to bring fans what they love most, wins. Remember to tune into 76ers games to get in on the Parks offers for fans. And to see me live at 360 at Parks Casino, visit parkscasino.com for tickets. This is how you win. You want to roll? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey. This is 97.3 ESPN, home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
He stumbles. He fell.
WENJ HD Millville, Atlantic City.
All right, we're back here broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs receiver Dave Klemic, and producer Earnshaw. It's the 16th of December as we inch closer to Christmas Day. And I love this time of year, man. It's beautiful, and especially for the kids.
We decorated her greatest shed in the yard that is now Allie's shed, and we put 3 huge windows in there, floor to ceiling, and put a tree in there for her and decorated it, and she just runs out there. We actually decorated the whole thing. It's so much fun.
Dave, you know who's singing this song?
Yes, Girl Eyes.
Girl Eyes. Very
Look at
good. Very good, Dave. How about
A
that?
little knowledge right there.
Yeah, man.
Of Billy's favorite.
Billy probably could do his
favorite
pretty good.
cartoon. Christmas cartoon.
I love the Grinch. Hey, so right now we're usually here from the sports Consigliere, Dave Sharapan. He's a game time decision because he's not feeling it. He told me on Wednesday that he's been pretty sick. And you know what I attribute to? Mike Carlin went out to Vegas.
Yeah,
He
blame it
went
on
out
Carlin.
there, bought him fudge and all kinds of stuff, and probably had him out all night and got him sick.
Yep, I blame it on Carl.
So he's not in there?
No, he's not.
party animal.
No.
I could do Dave Sharapan. Billy, what you do? you Billy, you do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and that's it, Billy. Take Denver. Billy, is Billy's feet tan? Because Billy's tan.
He called me George Hamilton. Let's
Clement with all these talents.
Couple other things sports world related. The St. Louis Blues got rid of our good buddy Craig Berube was fired, and you know what amazes me? Like he won a Stanley Cup for the St. Louis Blues, first one in their franchise history in 2019, and then got each year since then that they've pretty much the GM depleted. They got rid of all their good players. Obviously, you turn the page, right? You want to bring in some new faces and continue to win. But if the coach doesn't have players, and this pertains to the Eagles too, if the players aren't playing, I mean, at one point, when is it the players' responsibility? When do they take the blame? I mean, you can't fire all the players, obviously, so you fire the coach. But my point is, I think at the time when they fired Chief, the Blues were 13, 14, and 3 or something. Like, why would they fire him so early?
I think one of these things where you're going, they have these meetings up at top, right, in these offices,
Yeah.
right? And they say, all right, listen, are you good enough at coaching that I can give you less players and you're that good of a coach? Can you do it without this guy? Because if you can,
Yeah, but you know,
we'll
Dave,
do
you
it.
need the players, man.
Yeah.
Players got to play.
True.
I mean, you look at the Eagles roster on defense, there's no way they should be ranked 22nd in total defense. There's no way they should be ranked 28 against the pass. They're down to 6. They were the best team against the run. Now they're 6th. They can't stop anybody. It's not the coach. Is it the coach? Is it the coach's fault?
How much are we punting? I feel like we're punting more than we ever did in any season, and meaning we're putting the defense on the field and making them tired.
Yeah.
They can't make a lot of mistakes when they're not on the field that much. You know what I mean? That's another defensive statistic too. Is
right. The coach can't go out and tackle for these guys. Yeah. What has been like the last couple of weeks? We've just been horrible tackling. Like Seth Joyner, I would love to see Seth Joyner as a defensive coordinator for this.
Oh
team.
yeah,
I'd actually like to see him as a head coach.
Yes,
he's got that Philly like edge to him.
Yeah,
no nonsense. Like we were talking about you don't like the RPO. You want to run the ball. I want to dominate the line of scrimmage, run right at him, punch him in the mouth, and let him like force your will on these on the Seattle Seahawks.
It's something we say all the time. I teach my athletes this. We're going to impose. I make them repeat this. We are going to impose our will on our opponent. And what's the one play, I said this earlier, what's the one play that we do better than anybody in NFL history?
The tush.
And what do? We walk out to the field. They know what's coming.
We
push them right in the face.
Right.
They have to have that mentality on every play. You know what I mean? Like you have to have that mentality going into the game every single week, and they only have it on that play. Like other than that, I don't see the confidence level. I don't see the confidence in Jalen Hurts right now. Like they're not running the ball well. They're not passing.
Yeah, they're totally out of sync. It's got to look. I don't want to blame. You can't blame it on just one person. Like Slay can't say, "Oh, I played a great game. The team stunk, but I played a great game." Everybody's to blame. Like Kelsey's he's had 2 mistakes. Remember, he got a couple of illegal procedure when we kicked that long. Yeah, he could have caused that down the Buffalo game.
I'll guarantee you. Ask him who lost that game. I did it.
It
was all me.
Yeah, and then Slay on the other on the other side of it, he says, other end of the spectrum, he says that wasn't me, basically.
Yeah, I mean, there's a leader, and there's somebody who. Not quite there yet with leadership.
I want to just real quick, since the book is not in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about the Flyers. The Flyers are a fun team to watch. They're 16-10-2, I believe. What kind of team do they have, Nick?
His balls.
They got balls. All right.
He wasn't ready.
I know. He's got to be
I got
Johnny on the
106
spot,
back
man.
here.
Who do you think you are?
Sign.
Who do you think you are, Josh, back there?
I'm fixing things.
Who do you think he is, Josh?
We have nothing. Like nothing's working. The iPad's going.
Josh refuses to play sound bites, drops. It's a bit below his pay grade. I expected a little bit more out of you.
I'll go my thing.
Anyway, Tortorella's got this team. Here's a team. It's like a total team concept. There's no real one big superstar, right?
Nick
on the Flyers.
No, I'm just here. Wait.
Don't look at me.
He's looking for something.
But what I want to say is, I just wanted to pull up the Flyer stats. This team is playing like a team. They're 16-10-2, I think or whatever it is, and they've got a great mix of young players that are playing for Tortorella, and they got a couple of veterans in Couturier and I would say Loughton's. He's a veteran now. He's been around for a few years. But by and large, this team is a bunch of young guys. Cam Atkinson's a little older, but Travis Konechny, he's got 24. He's got 16 goals, 8 assists, 24 points in 29 games. Couturier, Travis Sanheim, Farabee, Tippett, Atkinson, Bobby Brink, this rookie kid. Do I love Bobby Brink? Is he playing? I love that cat.
You were texting me and telling me in person the other day how much you love him. Like he's become your new favorite player, your go-to guy.
That's right, Bobby Brink and Hathaway. By the way, Hathaway looks like a very good friend of mine, my dear friend Lou Manzo, the mayor of Mullica Hill, looks just like Louis Manzo. And he fights. These guys mix it up, they've been playing inspired hockey. They had 18,000 people at the game the other day.
Yeah,
Thursday night.
And going to games last year, I mean, the stadium was half empty, and you're getting interest, and a lot has to do with it with the leadership up top. Danny Briere, Keith Jones. Keith Jones is, people are mobbing him going through the
I'm going
stadium.
to get Jonesy on next weekend.
It's cool to see that this team has direction. I think that's why people are so ingrained with the Flyers right now and on board because this team has direction. They told you, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is where we're at.
Right.
And, we might not be great for a little while, but we're going to start building this thing. And they have a vision for this team.
And they have a vision.
And they have them playing hard, too. And there's effort from Tortorella.
Absolutely.
He's getting it out of these guys.
Absolutely, man. I mean, look, and he said, too, Dave, like, as an athlete, you run out through that tunnel. You hear noise, but you don't hear anything specifically, right? It's all blacked out. You're drowned in it. You just block it out, I should say, right?
Well, yeah. I could go into the hearing receptors I could go into all that it's a neat sports science thing. It's like why you're going to fight or flight response.
Right.
The processes that your body goes through, it's all the same.
So, but Tortorella said he didn't like when they asked him about, well, what's it like? You're playing in front of a huge crowd, 18,556 or whatever. He said he didn't notice. And I'm sure they don't, but they do. You know what I mean?
No, they do.
You would like when you can feel the enthusiasm build. That's what I like about sports. The one thing about sports is the greatest reality TV show going.
Right.
Like you could be like, Nick, did you think the Flyers were going to be 16-10-2 after these many games in the season?
No, not at all.
38 games, 39
I thought they'd be
games,
the
whatever.
opposite. I thought they'd be 10-16.
Exactly.
And 3. So
and that to me is so much fun that's the part I enjoy the most about sports is when you have a team that overachieves and wins despite the fact that nobody thought you gave you a chance to win, like the 93 Phillies. Another perfect example. Even last year, Phillies team,
the 22
Phillies that like they were the last team to get into the playoffs, and then they go on that run. I love that, but I also like when I say, what would you rather be, the underdog or the one where everybody's trying to knock you off the top of the mountain? Like
I like
everybody's
the underdog.
The underdog is more fun.
I actually am starting a podcast with another receiver from the Chiefs named Chris Horn called Underdogs. I'm going to promote that right now. Nick's jumping in there with us. I hope I can convince him to, but I always like being the underdog. So I'm just going to, and the thing about being the underdog is that you get to shock people a little bit and scare them, but it's tougher to be the guy up top.
It's tougher. It's harder to maintain that. Yeah. And then if you do, like the Eagles, when they were 10-1 prior to this 2-game losing streak, even though despite the fact that they weren't winning, where they were winning ugly, they were winning, and people can defend that. Then you see all of a sudden they get not that they just lost, they've been getting waxed, giving up 75 points in 2 games. You're starting to see some fracture in the chink in their armor, maybe a little.
Have you ever seen if you watch UFC? I'm a huge fan of the UFC. I'm a huge fan, boxing and UFC fights. Very
coming to Atlantic City,
in
March.
Are they?
Two people in. One person leaves, right? If you see the record of one of these people that are doing really well, they're like let's say 10-0 or something. They're like, now they're the number 1 and they don't take these wild shots like they used to.
Right, you get like conservative.
Yeah, they start going, I'm going to pitter patter. I'm going to win a point sparring battle. I'm not going to go for knockouts and I'm going to win. I'm just going to try to win. I'm going to let this thing get in the 5th round or this, go all the way and then just barely win a decision.
Yep.
Even John Jones did it. And he didn't go for these wild passes. He wasn't creative anymore, and he got predictable. And that's what happens to what happened to the Eagles. I think they were the favorite, and they became predictable.
And I don't know. Did you watch the Sixers won last night? They beat
Detroit.
They beat Detroit 124-92. Like after the first period, it was like hard to watch because they were killing them. Like,
I know.
Like it's almost like Detroit is like they're like the worst team in basketball, aren't they?
Yeah, they've had like a really, really long losing streak. I know the Spurs snapped their losing streak last night against the Lakers, but Detroit's they're not a very good franchise right now. They've been losing and losing.
You gotta Dave in the NBA, NHL, NFL. You got to win the games you play. I get it,
but hey. Joel Embiid's been playing unreal. Like he's an MVP.
What
again.
He's like 9th game, 30 points.
It's ridiculous. Like I think we're overlooking how good Joel Embiid is, and he's just continuing to get better in his age 30 season. Like I understand like where people are at and the frustration with the Sixers, but man, Joel Embiid's special, and we have to recognize that. He's been unbelievable, Billy.
Is he a winner? Is he gonna ever win the championship?
I don't know. I think
a lot of people knock him because he's not a winner. Like he cares more about individual stuff and how people perceive him. In fact, that he's like, there are guys that Dave, they have a burning desire to win. I don't see that out of him. Do I? I don't know.
I mean, the guy's he puts up 30+ points a night.
I know he does his job.
He does his job. He does beyond his job.
But when you get to the Boston Garden, not the Garden, but whatever they play now.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, look,
I know. We know what happens. He's gotten hurt. He has had James Harden flail out. He's had Ben Simmons flail out. He's had all these things have gone wrong.
You just named two people, but what about him?
I know. I agree. No, I'm saying he hasn't shown up either. I mean, he's part of the problem as well. He's gotten hurt, and hopefully, every year you go into it, hopefully this is a year he could stay healthy throughout the entirety of the season, into the playoffs and throughout the playoffs.
All right. So the sportsbook Consigliere, Dave Sharapan, we tried to contact him. He's under the weather.
Yeah.
Mike Carlin got him sick. Mike Carlin flies out to Vegas and he poisons him.
Legal reasons. I don't know if that's actually true, but that is funny that he blamed him.
What do you think? Mike Carlin's going to sue me? All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. I'm here to tell you about Captain Chucky's in Sea Isle. That's where they are. You want to get down to Sea Isle, try their famous crab cakes, steamed shrimp, selection of soups and appetizers, Marciano stuffed bread, pierogies from the pierogi kitchen, Stocks pound cake, and more. Just take, bake, and enjoy. Call 609-905-CRAB. That's 609-905-CRAB, or visit CaptainChuckySeattle.com. Go down there and say hello to owners John and Kathy McCann at 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle to see all they have to offer. Online ordering and local delivery is available. That's Captain Chucky's in Sea Isle. It's crab with an attitude. They have their regular hours on Christmas weekend, Friday, December 22nd, and Saturday, December 23rd. They'll be open from 12 p.m. until 5, so you want to place your holiday orders now. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, producer Nikki Earnshaw, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tomorrow on Compass Media Network's coverage of the NFL. It's a crucial cross-conference showdown in Buffalo as the Dallas Cowboys visit the Bills. Hi, this is Jerry Recco. Join Kevin Ray, Danny White, myself for all the action as Dak Prescott and the NFC East leading Cowboys look for a 6th straight win. But Josh Allen and the Bills are looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
It's NFL Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after Game 1 of our triple header.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine. And I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Your palace awaits. Caesars Palace Online Casino is now live. Download today and register using code RADIOLAUNCH. New users get a $10 sign-up bonus, a 100% deposit match up to $1,000, and 2,500 reward credits after wagering $25. Must be 21 and physically present in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, or West Virginia. Minimum wagering within 7 days required to unlock bonuses. Full terms and wagering requirements at CaesarsPalaceOnline.com/promos. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In West Virginia, all games regulated by the West Virginia Lottery. Please play responsibly.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Stein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, producer Nikki Earnshaw, as we're playing Christmas carols today and get you ready into the spirit. I want a little more weather, a little colder, Dave.
Right? It was like 60 degrees.
Yeah, like yesterday I was walking around, it was like spring out.
Yeah. I was in Nick's home stomping grounds of Hamilton at DiDonato's. We did a bowl that could keep on my mother-in-law. It was great, but my kids loved it. It's a great place to go and check out. Is that like setup? That Christmas setup's amazing.
Now we have some breaking news, Nick Earnshaw, that you want to enlighten us with.
Yeah, so we have some breaking news regarding the Philadelphia Eagles. Darius Slay actually underwent arthroscopic knee surgery this week and will be out Monday night versus the Seahawks, but he's expected back by the end of the regular season, according to Adam Schefter.
Arthroscopic procedure, and he's going to be only miss one game? Is that amazing?
Well, he could miss the next game, too. They said by the end of the regular season.
So we've been very critical about his play, and obviously he's been hurt. But still, you can't come out, Dave, and say the things he said in his podcast. I mean, you don't tell you how great you played, right? When they get waxed, you got to take responsibility.
Any good coach will say, control your controllables, and that's one of them.
Right?
You're like, sometimes you don't play well, and that's okay. Sometimes it's not acceptable all the time, but the one thing you should control 100% of the time is your attitude, your effort. And your mouth.
You can't run your mouth. And do you think Dave, I mean, you obviously, when you played, didn't have the benefit of social media or the hindrance of social media. It depends upon how you look at it.
I think it would have done me
But
pretty
do you
good.
think it's wise? Do you think it's wise for these players to be on social media?
Yeah, like they have their own. They all have their own podcasts and their own following.
I mean, every guy and every person has a podcast now.
Sometimes it does it very well for you personally to do your thing.
Right.
Or it's the worst thing for you. Especially these college kids, is they mess up and they're trying to do something funny and be goofy, and then they go a little too far, and then it can shoot their whole career down. So you're playing with fire.
I mean, people say things on social media like Facebook. It comes back to haunt them.
Oh, Jameis Winston,
right?
Jameis Winston almost ruined his career over stuff like that on social media. So
It is pretty addictive. I mean,
it is.
I mean, you go out to, like, I took my daughter out to dinner the other night. We went to, I think, the Olive Garden or something, right? And she's got her phone. I said, well, she doesn't have a phone. She doesn't have a phone number. She has a phone. She can do certain things. I said, hey, Jay, we're at dinner here. Put your phone down. Like, everybody, if you go out to dinner, people have their heads in their phone.
Oh, it's the scariest thing ever, because if you're walking through the city and you're like, you're just seeing people not looking up, and they walk right into the street, and you're like, no one's paying attention anymore. It's totally addictive.
So obviously Slay hasn't been playing as well as he could because he's been hurt, but it still doesn't excuse him from those comments. It just doesn't. It's not a good look, and certainly, Dave, do you think the players today really, I mean, they're humans. They're just like you and I, right? But well, you played in the NFL, but I'm saying when Darius Slay makes those comments, do you think anybody puts any guys on the team put any stock to that?
I definitely do. As a matter of fact, when the season, when football's done and you would want to work with somebody, you would remember that later on in life and go, I don't want to work with that guy. I'm not going to work with that guy. I had to work with him before. He was terrible. He was a cancer in the locker room because of what he was saying. And somebody doesn't come up to him and say, what is wrong with you? Go on and apologize right now or whatever. Then I think the leadership is too weak.
One thing we do have is balls.
And I love that. But so we have in the studio with us, and on the next segment, we'll talk with Eileen and Brian Propp, former Flyer Hall of Famer Brian Propp's in here with us. But you can ask him. The 85 and the 87 Flyers talk about talk about chemistry. Everybody loved it. They all hung out together. Everybody loved each other.
I guarantee you that he didn't say one person ever went to the media and said, I did great.
Yeah, right.
It's terrible. I guarantee you that.
See, but they had Iron Mike Keenan, and he was like, it was like he would piss everybody off. All the guys united against him. We'll ask. No, but I mean, right?
We'll ask him when he gets on.
We'll ask him when he gets on.
Yeah.
But Darius Slay can't there's no I in team.
No control. People will say there is a me in team though.
But if the Eagles fly to Seattle, and like I said, win convincingly, maybe by 2 touchdowns, and they're firing on all cylinders, right? That'll cure all. I mean, winning cures everything.
I think the Raiders just won 60. They put up 63 points. They
points.
can't remember one of their losses anymore.
Right.
They're moving
right.
forward.
They're moving forward.
They think this is a brand new start.
So you're saying that if they do win convincingly, or even if they win by 7, but they play well, all those 2 losses will go by the wayside.
Right. I just want to see the second half. They can go out there and have fun. Like they're up by 22 points, 24 points. They're all smiling and having fun on the sideline. They get to play football like kids again and have fun. That's it. Eagles are back.
Let's have fun. All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquor was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Now, I'm here to tell you about the Stanton Insurance Group. SIG Protection. Are the what-ifs keeping you up at night? Life is full of surprises, but with the Stanton Insurance Group, you'll never be caught off guard. Whether it's protecting your home, automobile, or business, the Stanton Insurance Group will help you select the right insurance coverage at the right price to give you and your family peace of mind when you need it the most. Visit sigprotection.com for a free quote today. That's sigprotection.com. All right, when we return, we'll be joined by Eileen and Brian Propp right here in the Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Dave Klemic, and Nick Earnshaw on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call Lenigan. Call Lenigan.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale.
hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Bintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Hey, it's number 59, Seth joining. Birds football, best time of the year. Bet Parks is the official casino and sportsbook app I recommend. Join me and download the Bet Parks app right now. When you open the Bet Parks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moment. The anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun. You love to win. You bet. Bet Parks.
Must be 21 in New Jersey, Ohio, Maryland. Gambling problem. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Joe Conklin from Conklin's Comedy United Parks Casino, and I'm psyched to cheer on the Philadelphia 76ers this season with Parks, the official local casino partner of the 76ers. Parks Casino is number one with the hottest live tables and slots, great dining and bars, and the best live entertainment in the region. Need a fun and exciting game day destination? Get into Parks to watch your favorite teams in the Liberty Bell Gastropub or the Beer Garden. Visit parkscasino.com. This is how you win. This is how you win. You want to roll for gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, Locker Room with Billy Klein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northville. Billy Klein, former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Klemic, producer Nikki Earnshaw in the studio today as we're getting you ready for Eagles Seattle game, Monday Night Football, and then Christmas is right around the corner. Right now in the studio with us, we are lucky to have Flyer Hall of Famer Brian Propp and his lovely wife Eileen are joining us in the studio today. Propp, good Propp, Proper man, how's it going, buddy?
Pretty good.
Saw you at the Jersey Man magazine event Christmas party the other night.
Yeah, lots of things going on last week.
Yeah, you and Klemic got publicity. I didn't. Ken Dunnick left me out, man. He said, we got Joe Conklin here. We got Hall of Famer Brian Propp. We got Dave Klemic. And I got crickets.
That's
Hey, Brian, you were in the studio here a few minutes ago. We were talking about the team chemistry and how important that is. But you played on that in my recollection, that 87 team. You guys, I mean, I was on the road with you sometimes. A lot of road games, and I saw you guys were you guys got along. Everybody, I would say, there was no one person that was like better than any. You know what I mean?
Well, so like in the 80s, for 11 years, we made the playoffs every year, and then we were a close team. But especially 85 when Pelly died, we got a little closer. And then at that year, like they got Tockett and Zezel and Smith and Mellenby that were rookies, but they learned from that. And Keenan was the coach, and he kind of put everything together. But it's all about the good leaders that we had. We had Mark Howe and Dave Poulin and myself and Brad McCrimmon were good leaders. And so we won all the time. And so like it was easier to coach for Keenan.
Yeah, but you guys were all like best friends, it seemed like. You know what I mean? You guys all hung out together, Brian.
Well, in the 80s, we went to Kaminsky's a lot. And so we got to meet a couple other people and drink a couple beer with them and relax. Now it's so different because they have phones and videos all the time. You can't really get away with anything. And, they don't have as much fun as we did. But, the people in Philadelphia admired us because we played hard and we tried hard. And, unfortunately, I was in 5 Stanley Cup finals that didn't win any, but it's how you play. And, a lot of people don't win Stanley Cups, but, for me, it was special to be there every game.
Well, no, Brian, I think so. I don't know if it's a record, but you played in 5 Stanley Cups or 4 or 5 different teams, right? You played for Boston?
Boston and Minnesota. And,
Boston and Philly.
three with
So 3 different teams with 5 Stanley Cup finals.
Yeah. But
never got a ring.
Yeah, but that's all
You're
right.
always you're always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Well, I just tell people like they're going to the NHL now. Like they'd just be happy if they make it in the playoffs.
Right.
A lot of these guys haven't ever played a playoff game. Fortunately, I had good teams and good leadership, and like Bob Clark at the start, and Mark Howe and Tim Kerr and Poulin and Holmgren and Linsman, and we had good teams. And then when I was at Boston with Bork and Neely, and then Minnesota with
Neil Broughton, right?
Broughton and Madano and Gagne. So like it just you have the good teams, and then when I finished in Hartford, like we didn't make the playoffs, but Brad McCrimmon taught Chris Pronger how to be a much better player when his rookie season. That's when I scored my 1,000th game, and he had an assist on that. So it was special.
And I know like the Flyers today, like I saw, I don't know, did you see Couturier's goal the other night? I mean, it was so pretty. It was like a veteran move. Like only unless you're like a grizzled veteran can you have the poise to hold the puck long enough, let the goalie go down and go top shot. We used to do it all the time, but I mean,
yeah, but we didn't have many shootouts. We just had a tie at the start of the year, and then a couple years later, like we played 5 minutes overtime, 5-on-5,
Right.
but 3-on-3. I can't imagine how many more goals I would in overtime and shootouts.
Add to your total.
Yeah.
All right, now you're into a lot of stuff. You got the GaffagaCigars.com.
Yes.
And that's doing pretty well. Then you're also, if you want to get in touch with Brian, Propp.com. Millions, what's millions.com? What's that?
CO. It's a Canadian team that has gear for my T-shirts and photos and pucks and hockey and golf things that I have. So millions.ca. It's a Canadian team, so they just check my name, and then they can order from there. Like a lot of people order from that, like the Gaffa hats and the Gaffa T-shirts.
I see you got the hoodie on right now.
Yeah.
And then of course, you have Wolf CRE, and then also what you're doing now, your next venture, you're doing PhillySportsTrips.com. Tell us a little bit about that, because that's a great trip. People want to sign up for that.
Yeah. And so like it's probably halfway full right now. Like they need 200 people to sign up. It's got the outdoor game February 17th at MetLife Stadium. Outdoor game, and I played in the Classic in 2011 when all the guys were there against the Rangers, and it was a special time for me. And everybody that wants to play outside the game, it's nice, but it's a bus trip that they're gonna.
It'll be a lot of fun.
They catered it, and then I'll have my cigars, and then we watch the game, and then we'll go back, and we have good fun. But Vince, I met him a couple of years ago. Yeah, he helped me set up the Sunday. So hopefully people can go to the website and sign up.
That's
I think it's like $350 a ticket, but it comes with
bus trip.
Everything. Yeah.
All the amenities.
All right, so that's PhillySportsTrips.com. And Vince Rizzuto. Now, one of the main reasons why we have you in here today is your wife, Eileen. You guys opened up a new business called Prime IV. I want to welcome Eileen Propp into the studio. She has her my new client, my new advertiser, and we're happy to have you on board. But good morning, Eileen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So this Prime IV, I was there at your grand opening. And it's located in Marlton, New Jersey, right behind the TGI Fridays.
Exactly.
It's right there.
Whole Foods, Route 73.
So this is like this business venture, not adventure.
Adventure.
I said he corrected me.
He said
adventure. I said
earlier.
adventure.
It could be an adventure. It could be an adventure. Actually, a great adventure if you're going.
Well, I've heard a lot of positive things about us. Tell us. No, seriously. Tell us about I know for the one thing that I'm going to go is if you're hungover, you go in. But
well,
no, tell us a little
I'll
bit
tell you a little bit about it, and then you can ask me how I got involved.
Yeah,
it's a funny story.
Tell us about a little bit how you got involved.
Yeah, so Prime IV is actually a national franchise. They started back in 2018, 2019. The owners of the franchise are phenomenal. Steve and Amy Neary. They started it in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Currently, there's about 100 nationally already open, with another 250 sold and due to open by end of year next year. So from a franchising perspective, it's a hot business. And as we get further, I think a lot of people got really into health and wellness after COVID. Where
Yeah.
they wanted to take care of their wellness proactively versus, being in an ER.
Sure.
So, my partner, our partner and I, Brian and I, is Lynn O'Malley. She's she's a nurse practitioner with 30 years of experience. So it is all clinically run. We are in Marlton, New Jersey. We have about a half a dozen registered nurses that work for us. So what we do provide is IV therapy as well as injections.
Okay.
In January, we're also going to be providing that hot new weight loss drug.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to come and get. I'm serious. I'm coming over, Eileen.
So we'll
He
offer.
can use it.
Only Propp can say that.
You're funny.
No, because I went to my doctors and he said this. They said the same thing, that you might want to look into this. And then when I went to your grand opening, I spoke with your nurse, the nurse, and she said, "Yeah, maybe I should look into."
Yeah. So we'll be providing that service in January, and that is all medically done, professional as well. There's a whole process in place for us to put you on a semaglutide. Again, Lynn, our partner, is a nurse practitioner, and she is also the medical director. So she would actually screen the patients before we'd actually put anybody on this drug. So it's all professionally done and safe. You
know what I liked about it too, Eileen. When you in your commercial, when you say that when you take a vitamin by mouth,
oh yeah,
you only get 20 to 30% of the nutrients. It doesn't get in your bloodstream that quick. When you get an IV, you get it all.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So for Lynn and I, since we've actually done a lot of education and promotional, and obviously with Brian's network, trying to do a lot of networking, is there's a lot of excitement around it, but people aren't really educated enough to know exactly what the benefits are, right? I think a lot of people in the past have heard, oh yeah, hangover drip. Yes, it works immediately. And that's actually, believe it or not, I'll tell you that story after the next commercial break on how I got involved in this. But, when you think about taking oral vitamins, supplements, when you're ingesting them, they're going through your GI tract. Therefore, you're only getting 20 to 30% nutrients. So people say, well, why would you do IV therapy, right? IV therapy, you can have a one and done, a hangover drip.
Right.
Or if you're sick, we have actually a customized immunity drip that actually helps you make you feel better.
Is that right? Well, like professional athletes, like when the guys are sick and they go in for halftime, they give them an IV.
Right. And we actually have 2 other drips for athletes as well. So the Weekend Warrior and the athletic drip. So, when you're doing IV therapy versus oral medications, IV therapy, actually, you get nearly 100% absorption immediately into the bloodstream. So therefore, you actually know what you're getting when you're taking your vitamins and supplements.
Well, tell us, how did you get involved with that? I want to hear that now.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Brian talked you into it.
No, not my claim to fame, but maybe from my friends and family who know me really well. So anyway, I was on my bachelorette party a few years back before I married this wonderful man. But we were in Nashville, girls trip. And of course, the first night, I always overdo it. And the second day, all of my friends were out and about, having a grand old time, and I could not leave the hotel room.
Why? Because you were like sick, you had a headache.
I couldn't even keep water down.
Really?
Yes, that's how sick I was. So, I've been in the medical field too for over 30 years, more on the pharmaceutical side, operations and cell therapy. But, half of my friends are nurses, and they were like, you need to go to this local IV mobile place. There's a thing called the hangover drip. And I was like, you know what? It's like 5 o'clock at night. I'm like, I will try.
Because you couldn't even get out of the hotel room.
Nope. And so as soon as they hooked me up and the IV drip started, there's 2 things in the IV drip that make it really work. And one is Toradol. Toradol is an anti-inflammatory, and Zofran is an anti-nauseous medication.
Right.
And again, when you're giving these therapies IV, you're getting it 100% immediate into your bloodstream. So within the first 5 minutes, I was no longer nauseous. And
really?
I obviously
how long did it take you? Like, so you went in there, they hooked you up. How long did that whole process take?
So here's another funny story.
Because you want to get back into the game.
Well, yeah, and all my friends were drinking all day, and I actually had something fun planned for me. One of those bike trips at night. I'm like, there's no way I could go on this bike trip. So I actually went in at this mobile place at like 6 o'clock, and the bus or the bike trip was leaving at 7. I'm like, can you get me in and out in like a half hour? He's like, well, it depends on your body and how your body absorbs
right
the volume. And as soon as the IV started flowing, he's like, oh, you'll be out of here in 10 minutes. You actually have no fluids in your body.
So because you experienced it, you said, hey, this is such this works extremely well. I got to get involved in this.
Absolutely, yes. So that's how the light bulb went off, so to speak. And then just do some challenges within my industry. Last year, I got laid off. There was a reduction in force. And I started pursuing this opportunity. I flew out to Colorado, met with the owners, and did a discovery day and spent the full day with them and really felt energized about it. And talked to a lot of my friends who are in the medical field. And literally every person that I spoke with in the medical field absolutely loves this idea and is a believer about it too. So
it's give us the website, all the information if people want to call you or get in touch with you.
Yeah, you could Google us at Prime IV, Marlton, New Jersey. Also, just another tidbit is that we're the third location, the very first in South Jersey.
Oh, is that right?
It's a national franchise. Wow. The first one opened up in Flemington, New Jersey, and not a while ago in Wall, New Jersey. And we have one in Marlton, and then hopefully we'll be expanding in Cherry Hill next year as well.
Yeah, that'll be great. And I know, like, Brian, I don't know, can you answer this? When you played, did you ever get a drip when you were like you weren't feeling well? Did you ever get?
No. This is way ahead of the time. Like,
Dave, did you ever?
But I didn't never really got sick too much.
Dave, did you ever get the?
Yeah, one time I was coming home on a bus, and I was cramping so badly on the bus back from Villanova actually, and they had to put me I had to go into the hospital and get a drip because I kept cramping. I wouldn't stop. So yes. I'm excited to talk to you about this.
Yeah, because Dave has a business of his own called the Klemic Performance Method. Easy for me to say.
You got it.
And Dave, we're amazed he comes in here. He sounds like a doctor with his medical terms.
All the sports science he does. All the research is
you
awesome.
Guys definitely you should talk.
Yeah. So the process too, right? So we're actually going to be doing mobile IV services as well. But currently right now you would go to our location. So you could either book online or give us a call. Once that booking happens, it's automatically a patient intake form is sent out.
Okay.
And our medical director, Lynn, will review your chart because there are very strict protocols and this is all medically driven. And she will review the chart to okay for treatment. When you come in for your very first appointment, as a new customer, our registered nurse will sit down with you and give you a free consultation. They'll talk about your goals, short-term, long-term, any other comorbidities you might have, and then she'll make some recommendations based on how you're feeling, what your goals are. And from there, we can tailor it to a nice membership type program where you get it consistently once a month.
Sure.
Or some folks just come in, they call the day of and they say, well, I don't feel good today. I just need something to boost my immunity. So there's all different kinds of programs and services we can provide. And we're going to be really excited in the spring to really promote it as mobile IV services because I have a feeling the hangover drip will be a good service for that one.
Especially after the holidays. You're going to have people that say they go out to a holiday party, they indulge too much and they got to go out Christmas shopping. You got to get it done. Well, I better go stop and see Eileen.
Yep. So what we will do on New Year's Day, so everyone parties on New Year's Eve, usually New Year's Day, unless you're going to the parade, there's really not a lot of shit open. So if you're hungover and you want to feel better, we have a special called Sip and Drip. We'll give you some mimosas while you're getting relief from your hungover.
So you can have a mimosa while you're trying to take away your hangover.
Hair of the dog, but you're also getting treated. So.
That never worked for me. But Dave's never had a drink of alcohol in his life, so you know. Well, we really appreciate you guys coming in. Now, Propp, let me ask you a question. What's your fondest memory of playing in Philadelphia? Do you have one? Is there one like something that you just?
Well, so for me, like playing there for 10 years, like it was really good because we went to the finals my first year. We had the 35 undefeated streak.
That was 1980, right?
Yeah, 1980. It was 79-80 when I started with the team. And my first goal I scored in the first second period against Bill Smith at the Spectrum, and it was a game winner. And so, like, I know that. And then we lost 9-2 to the second game, and then we went 35 without a loss after that. And then we went to the finals 1980 against the Islanders because it was number one.
Is that when
against
Leon Stickle? Is that when Leon Stickle?
Yeah. That was.
It was offside. Who was offsides by Billy?
2 feet. Yeah,
2 feet.
Oh yeah, but they didn't catch it. And so, if we came back and one in overtime with Game 7. What could have maybe been ours, but then they changed the conference after that, and of course in 1987 we battled back from 3-1 to tie the series in game 7 games, and my Game 6. I'll never forget. With about 6 minutes left in the second period, I tied the game to make it 2-2, and then JJ scored 3 minutes later to score the game.
I told you the other night when I saw on social media or Facebook or whatever, I'm scrolling down, and I saw the Dave Pullen shorthanded goal against Mario Gosselin and Gene Hart going. I get chills. I well up. I can't.
Yeah, it's the three guys. There was a 2-man short. So because I was in the penalty box.
But you never were.
When he scored.
All right. Well, listen, Eileen and Brian, we really appreciate you guys coming in. Give us all the information one more time, Eileen.
Prime IV in Marlton, New Jersey. And if you stop by in the month of December, we have a special running right now, 50% off your first trip, as well as buying gift cards. Buy one at $100, get the second one at half off for $50, and also prepaid memberships. So come and see us for a trip.
All right. I really appreciate you guys taking time to come in. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you, Happy Holidays, and go down and see Eileen at Pure IV. Prime IV. Prime IV in Marlton.
I had a stroke, and I can tell.
Of course, don't forget PhillySportsTrips.com with Brian as they go up to the outdoor classic up there at MetLife Stadium, right? That's where it is?
Yeah.
It's PhillySportsTrips.com.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, Eileen, thank you so much. All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Now, I'm here to tell you about the Las Calas Beach House. They opened this summer to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandma made. Plus, you'll enjoy their famous pizza, daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at Las Calas. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. Every Thursday night is Brigantine night. Live music from 6 to 9. One free signature pizza per table. Drink specials include $2 Miller Lite, $3 Peroni, and $4 house wines. That's LasCalasBeachHouse.com. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
With GMF financing to qualified buyers, excludes Corvette, excludes prior sales.
This is the big one. It's Ben and Chevy's year-end closeout when you get our best deals of the year. But hurry, we need to sell 200 vehicles before December 31st. So you'll pay what our supplier employees pay, not 1 red cent more. Plus, you'll keep all the rebates. That could save you a whopping 10% or more on your new Chevy car, truck, or SUV. They're all on sale now. And there's more. Bennett's got available 1.9% financing, saving you even more money. And get this, now till the end of the month, Bennett is paying a minimum $10,000 for any trade, running or not, towards any pre-owned in stock. You heard right. A minimum 10 grand for total junk. Imagine how much you'll get for a good trade. And wait till you deal with our non-commissioned sales team. You'll love it because they're paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. So there's no pressure, no haggling, just pure holiday joy. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. 3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Dave Klemic, Nikki Earnshaw. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of the private business network they call the Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see if it's fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. Don't forget to go to phillysportstrips.com to go with Brian Propp to the outdoor classic up there in MetLife Stadium. That's phillysportstrips.com. And I want to thank Eileen and Brian for coming in today and sharing their new venture with us. Not adventure. Thanks to Dave Klemic, Nikki Earnshaw. We hope that the sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan gets better.
Hope he feels better.
We're going to be broadcasting live tomorrow at the Caesars Sportsbook inside the Tropicana for Week 15 in the NFL. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your Saturday night.
The proceeding paid for by the